With UFC 290 coming up, I am going to introduce you guys into the weight class for the main event. That is champion Alexander Volkanovski versus Yair Rodriguez. This is just to kind of transition my audience over, so might as well do a series of introducing weight classes into this kind of deal so you guys can follow along whenever I start uploading real covers of the MMA videos. If you guys don't know, Alexander Volkanovski is the current UFC 145-pound champion. He was undefeated in the UFC until he moved up a weight class to 155 pounds to fight the current champion, Islam Makhachev. I personally had that motherfucker winning. I'm just saying, I don't know. During the time he was fighting Islam, however, Yair and Josh Emmett went ahead to compete for the interim championship title. Yair Rodriguez had won the fight and is now interim champion, and will be fighting Alexander Volkanovski July 8th. I'm going to introduce you guys to the top 10. Aside from Yair Rodriguez, number 2 is Max Holloway. Max Holloway somewhat recently lost to Alexander Volkanovski. They have fought a total of 3 times, and Max had lost 3 of those fights. The second fight was to be considered a robbery, like from the popular majority of all audiences there. However, the third fight wasn't anything like that at all. In fact, Alexander Volkanovski put on a very dominant performance and put the 145 division on skates. Alexander Volkanovski's performance on that fight alone really proved on how far he can go, even putting a very strong challenge against Islam Makhachev, who is basically Khabib 2.0. Number 3, we have Brian Ortega, who actually lost to Yair Rodriguez due to a shoulder injury that he got in the middle of the fight. I think he had him in like some type of weird armbar and he was just on his shoulder and it just popped out of place. It was really strange. At number 4, we have Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen, for a while, was also the dark horse of the division. His previous win was against Bryce Mitchell, and if you guys don't know who Bryce Mitchell is, he's probably one of the more threatening people within the top 15. And right now we have Josh Emmett as of this recording, he's fighting tomorrow for me. I'm recording this on a Friday, so him versus Ilia Topuria, how the fuck you say it, dude? I don't know, are currently fighting. I personally have Josh Emmett winning that fight. At number 6, we have Calvin Kattar. Calvin Kattar is one of those special cases to where he is really good, but also not good enough. He's currently sitting at number 6 in the rankings, so he is under the top 5. However, he has some top 5 experience, and I personally had him winning against Josh Emmett. At number 7, we have the Korean Zombie. I'm gonna butcher that fucking name so bad, bro. He will be fighting Max Holloway. That's such a mismatch. I'm sorry, that is such a mismatch. Like, you're putting number 7, Korean Zombie up to number 2, Max Holloway. It's really tough because Max is just so damn good. And a lot of people are probably going to count him out on this fight just because of what happened with Alexander Volkanovski on their third fight. Like, the way that Max got dominated in that fight, he just outclassed completely at his own game too. It's not like Volk wrestled him down. Volk was striking with Max Holloway and just put the bricks on him. At number 8, we have Giga Chikadze, who for a little while now was the dark horse of the division, and everybody thought that he was just going to climb up the rankings like this fucking evil being. And then he met with a guy named Calvin Kattar, and Calvin Kattar fucked him up. At number 9, we have Ilia Topuria. Fuck it, whatever his goddamn name is, it is what it is now. If you guys don't know who that is, a little guy by the name of Paddy Pimblett chucked some hand sanitizer at him. This dude is jumping up to number 5 to fight Josh Emmett this weekend, so it's a huge leap in competition there. Josh Emmett has been in the game for a while, so we'll see how the experience plays to Topuria. And to round out the top 10, we have Movsar Ikhalaev. I don't know, dude. That's a hard name. He does have a bunch of decision victories. However, just recently they've been unanimous, so keep an eye out on him. But I mean, I don't see him moving up the ranks as quickly as Topuria seems to be doing. He is 17-0. We're gonna give an honorable mention to Bryce Mitchell, who is 15-2 currently. His career is very young, so I see him going far. He's number 11. His recent loss was to Ilia Topuria, which, given the circumstances now, I mean, it's a good loss to have. you know, considering this guy is going to be fighting number 5 in the world, and I mean, he has a chance to make a name for himself. Topuria wants to be the Conor McGregor of Spain, so we'll see how that lasts. Also, don't forget that the 135-pound champion, Aljamain Sterling, wants to move up to 145 pounds to challenge the champion whenever that's available. So keep a lookout on that. 145 pounds means featherweight, for those of you that don't know. This is probably one of the more tougher divisions to be in, and it's definitely a very exciting one. Even within the top 5, like the grapplers there are some of the most exciting grapplers, period. Brian Ortega being one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters coming out of the 145-pound division, he is exciting to just watch. Yair Rodriguez is always bound to just throw some crazy fucking shit, and Max Holloway is just a fighter for the fans, you know what I mean? We have a really exciting division here. This is probably one of the most exciting divisions because of Alexander Volkanovski. Tune in next week. We're going to be going over the 125-pound division, where we kind of discuss an introduction to that, because that is the co-main of UFC 290. All right, y'all. It's been fun. Deuces.